Hi everybody. I am coming to you from my guest bedroom, and I wanted to share a little bit about our packing list that we're going to be using while we're on our program. So your suitcase is something that should be about this size. This is the one I'll be taking, and if you add the width, the height, and the length of it, you should get about 54 inches, give or take 2 or 3 inches. So you don't want a great big one, but that's what I've got. And this one weighs probably about 32 pounds. You don't want it to weigh more than 45. So 54 in the shape and 45 in the weight, and then you'll be well under having to pay an extra heavy bag fee, which can be as much as $80 US. So what's nice about this one is it's got the retractable handle, great wheels on the bottom. It's got 4 that roll all the way around, and it's really easy to get from place to place. And I've used this for years, and it's been very durable. If I have a problem with this, I usually bring a roll of duct tape with me, just a small roll that's been used, so it's just enough that I can duct tape it to get it where it needs to go in a hurry if I would have a problem with the zip, and buy a new one. So that's just for emergencies. But this is my school-size backpack, and this is actually a little bit smaller than a regular school-size backpack. And I used this on my trip to Virginia Beach this week, and because if I use a smaller bag, I won't pack as much stuff. But I'll probably take one that's still a school-size backpack, but gives me maybe a few more liters of area to carry some extra things on there. So let me talk to you about the packing list that we sent you, show you what I packed, and then give you some extra tips. So first off, in my backpack, I want to make sure that I have myself a good water bottle, and when you arrive at your airport, you can fill this up and drink it, but when you go through security, dump it out first. If you take an empty water bottle through, you can just refill it on the other side, then you don't have to worry about your liquids. But a 32 ounce is a good size to have. And if you want to even bring an extra small water bottle to pack in your suitcase, just in case you need it, because we're going to a place where it's going to really be hot and you're going to want to stay hydrated so that you don't get sick. This just happens to be a North Face model. I really like this because the straps are unique because they're made for women. And it's a very comfortable bag. It's got a slot for a computer in the back, but I like to use that for all of my paperwork and stuff because I can slide things in and out really easy. I may or may not take my umbrella in my carry-on. I might just pack like a 99-cent rain poncho as a just in case if it's raining when I first get to my arrival spot. This is probably going to go in my suitcase, but I had it just in case for this program. Another thing you can do if you take duct tape for emergencies, if you don't want to take the whole roll, is you can take some duct tape and tie a couple of feet or a couple of yards around your water bottle, and then just take that with you and you have it with you everywhere you go. Make sure your name's on your water bottle because there'll probably be lots of other people with us. If one gets set down, we can get it right back to you right away. I got my hand sanitizer on here and a luggage tag, so we know that it's mine. And then what I like to keep in the one side, usually tissues and things, but I'm also going to keep my phone charger. Some airplanes have phone chargers right in the seats that you can plug right into, but some of the older ones don't. So in case I need my own charger, right on top, I have my own charger that I can plug in there. It's solar. It's supposed to be able to recharge while it's in the sun on the back of your backpack, but I've never tried that. I always just charge it overnight, and it usually lasts me about 4 or 5 phone charges. It's pretty nice. And then it also has a built-in flashlight if I need something like that along the way. My brother got me this as a Christmas gift, and I really love it. It's durable, and if you have a phone that is wireless charging, you can set it right on top of this and it'll charge it for you too. I even have a little compass on it. This is made by Blavor, B-L-A-V-O-R, just to give you an idea, but I'm sure there's all kinds on Amazon that you could look at. I also have a pack of tissues, my sunglasses, a small notebook if I have to write anything down at a moment's notice, and a nail file. And that's even a good idea for a guy in case you get a hangnail or something. You can use that. As long as it's a regular nail file that's not metal, you can take this through the airlines in your carry-on. Aha! I did have a little foldable poncho for emergencies in there. I usually keep a Sharpie marker because you never know what you might need to label. Sometimes if you go to a gift shop, everybody has the same bag and you put it on the coach, you can write your name on it and then you know whose is whose. What else is in this pocket? I have some sunscreen and some business cards and a few pens. So that's what's in here. In my front pocket, my wallet's not in here now, but I take my regular wallet in here. It looks like I have a souvenir because I bought a Christmas ornament where I went and some more tissues. And I usually put my very important things here in the front. Oh, here's my headphones. So that's what's in that pocket. And then in your carry-on, I didn't need this for where I was going on a domestic trip, but in your carry-on to another country, you want to take a full change of clothes. Because yes, we have had some of our travelers arrive at our destination and their suitcase didn't come till a day later. So at least you'll have something that you can change into that's fresh. Have some deodorant in your bag too. That's considered a liquid. So if you have a small deodorant that you could put in in a quart-sized bag, that's your liquid. You can also put chapstick in there and a small, well, it would have to be smaller than this because this is 6 ounces, but a 3-ounce sunscreen, small mouthwash, toothpaste, if you have the little ones, that sort of thing can go in there. And you put it all in your little quart-size bag. And then I also put medicine in my quart-size bag. So I've got some Tylenol in here, and then if I have anything that's prescription, I'm going to have that in a bag too and ready to go right on top. So if I pull that out, I have my medicines and my liquids as I go through security. And then it's also easy for me to grab while I'm flying to my other spot if I have to take something in the evening too. I like to take some Tylenol PM with me anywhere I need to worry about jet lag. So probably what I will do is I will take 2 acetaminophen PM when I'm ready to go to sleep on the plane, because we'll sleep overnight and then end up there in the morning and be on the go all day. And I probably won't sleep all the way through the night, but it helps me get to sleep and stay asleep at least for a few hours so that I at least get some rest. I used this when we drove from Ohio to Virginia this week, and it helped me get some rest, and I was really grateful for that. I didn't have any problems falling asleep in the morning after being on the bus from 9 in the evening until 8 a.m. the next day. So have your medicines packed too. It's nice if you've got them in something that you can see through, because then you can find your things easier. I have another makeup type bag that I found at the thrift store, and it was perfect for all of my electronics. So I have a couple charger blocks in here. I happen to have one of these, it's got all the little ends that I'd ever need to charge different objects, and I use that with my charger. I have some earbuds that I keep in a charger. I also had my wired ones because who knows if I'm going to lose one or if they're going to not be charged. My watch charger's in here in another block. Now going along with this, you can't plug in American plugs in a European outlet. You need one of these. Oh yeah, this is my trusty packing basket. I usually take a laundry basket, and as I go through my list the weeks before, if I find something that I know I'm not going to need until my trip, I just toss it in there so I know where it is. So where are they? Until my bags are better organized than these. Here we go. These are the little charger blocks that you would use. So if I have my American plug, which is right here, then I would plug this into this side. And then over here, you can pull out whatever type of plug you need that will go in the wall in Greece or Italy or wherever you happen to be. This one's pretty cool because it also has USB chargers on it. I got this from a friend who won't use it again. We have other plugs for other countries as well, but you want one that has European plugs on it, and most of them come with the same thing. These can be anywhere from $10 to $20. If you buy them at a store like Target or Walmart, you can probably find them cheaper online, and sometimes, like I did, you can find them at a garage sale or get them from a friend. They are also very flimsy, so even for all that money that you spend, when you use them, putting in your heavy block or whatever it is you're plugging into it, plus this, plus trying to get it to stick in the wall, sometimes it's too heavy, and sometimes they just don't work. So I always take two. But if you've got a roommate, maybe you can borrow if you have any problems with those. But if you've got something important like your phone that you need to charge, make sure that you have at least one of these to take with you to keep that charged. Okay. For your passport, your leaders are happy to carry your passports for you. When I've traveled in the past, we've divided them up among the leaders, and each leader will just take a stack and we'll be responsible for those for you. But if you do carry your own, I have a little wallet. You can use anything you like, but I'll put my passport in here when I travel on my own, and then you can put your airline tickets in the other side, and then you're ready to go through the gate. You can also take just a regular wallet to keep all of your information into, but you don't want to lose your boarding pass on your way to the plane. So have a safe place for that to go. When I do a packing list, I always do something a little bit different than what the official packing list says. So take the time, you can start now, to write down the things that you know you really want to take, because if you forget something, you have all this time to add things onto it instead of doing it at the last minute. So you can include things like your ID, your money, your medication, masks, things like that. Put all of this on there. And then I also take a photocopy, a hard copy of my passport, and I bury this somewhere in my suitcase. That way if my suitcase is misplaced, that's in there, and then I also have a copy of it if I have a problem with my passport being lost. If you can also take a photograph of your passport or any of these things, because I can use this again when I come back home and I'm ready to pack everything up. I can make sure that I've got everything that's mine in my roommate or my room full of roommates, and then cross those things off as I go. So there's that part. So, I also have, I showed you, I have reading sunglasses, and then I have my non-reading sunglasses, which are great big, and I keep those in here too, but I'm only going to take one pair because I'm only going to need one on my program. But a hard case is really nice to have if you've got it. Okay, moving on. This suitcase actually has an extra zipper on it that will give me an extra 2 inches that I can use on my way home, but I don't want to have it used on my way there. I want to pack light there so that I have room for my souvenirs to come back with me. When I unpack my suitcase, somewhere I always have my trusty fleece. It's nice and thin, and we're not going to need anything heavier than this with the hot days that we'll have. I might not need this at all, but you never know. So I usually bring my most packable fleece because it breathes well, and I can roll it up, pack it back in, and then take it on a day that it might be cooler out. I also, a few years ago, invested in packing bags. You can usually buy these in various sizes and get 3 of them. So I have 2 sets of 3 and I put my clothes in here, and these work like drawers. I can take this out, put it in wherever I need it, and I keep all my pants in one, my shirts in another shirt I can show you. This is like an Under Armour type of garment that's super thin but would keep me warm if I needed it. Maybe if I'm on the water somewhere in the evening, I would need something like this underneath a t-shirt. So that's coming along with me. Zip that right up, and that's how I organize my clean clothes. I have my pajamas in one, I have underwear in one, I have enough socks for my tennis shoes, but I may have my sports sandals that I use. Let me show you what I like to wear. Something like this. And there are some activities that we'll do, and one of them might be rafting. I'll have to find out. But I have a closed-toed sandal, and sometimes they require closed-toed shoes. Sometimes Crocs even work, but sometimes they don't want you to have Crocs because something like this is tighter and will hold it on my foot, or you could lose a Croc in the water. So I take these, I can hike in these, walk around town in these, and I can wear them in the water. So these are kind of an all-purpose shoe. And they're nice enough that if I wanted to wear them with a dress, I could get away with that. Other things that I have, just a grocery store bag for dirty clothes. I usually pack 3 or 4 of those just in case. And what else is in here? Just some more t-shirts. Over here I have a couple dress outfits because we needed to get dressed up for an outfit. And then my wet swimsuit is in here. I was able to put this in a bag, but I had it before in one of my packing bags. So this swimsuit's gonna go in the wash. But it's bagged up so it won't make everything smelly. So what else? Just a few things to show you to compare when you go to buy things. It is really nice if you have your own neck pillow, because not only would you like to have something like that on the plane, but on the coach rides. So when you think of that, a lot of people think of this type, which is really nice. You have to carry this, so you need to figure out where you're going to put it, stick it through your backpack, and take it with you everywhere because it takes too much space up. But then I discovered this kind of travel pillow, which is really nice. It is a memory foam, if I can untie it. And I just roll it up super tight, and it fits in here, and it inflates to the same size as that other one, and then it's got a knot on it so it'll stay around my neck nice and tight. So this is nice to save a little bit of space. But my favorite that I'm going to take, I seem to have misplaced. Where did I put it? It folds up. Oh, look at that. I didn't show you. I have a first aid kit. So I have Band-Aids, and I have some antacids in here and some cold medicine because if I get sick, the cold comes with me. So I've got that ready to go in here. Packable rain jacket. Oh, and an extra bag in case I have extra things, a little shopping bag. I buy some things extra that I want to take with me. Anyway, I have an inflatable neck pillow, and that's great because it folds up. It can fit in my pocket nice and flat, and I take that one because it takes up no space at all, and it's super comfortable, and it fits just right. Here's another type of medicine bag that I might take. If you're somebody who has timed medicines, one of these is your best friend. Take that, or maybe even take 2 and hot glue them back to back since we'll be gone for 2 weeks so that you've got everything ready to go. Also put this in a Ziploc bag of some type so that your pills don't fall out. In France, they say that they can spot the Americans because they wear ball caps. So bringing a ball cap is fine, but they'll know you're American. If you want to be fashionable, you can get yourself a different type of hat to wear to keep the sun off, because the sun is going to get us just about everywhere we go. So sunscreen and having some sort of hat, especially something that covers your neck and ears, is really going to be a plus for the days that you need it. Here's my inflatable neck pillow. So it's about this size. You blow it up, then you've got to squeeze all the air out when you're done, and you roll it up. But I've had this for several years and I still have it around. I also recommend some sort of drawstring bag that you can fold up and put in your backpack someplace, because you might not want to take your heavy backpack with you into every venue that we go to. And you might not be allowed to take it in every venue that we go to, but usually a small bag is okay. And then all that you would put in here when you go is your wallet, maybe your sunglasses, and your phone, and a charger maybe. That's all you need. So it kind of acts as a carry-all for just a couple of things that are too big for your pocket that you can take with you every place. So this is what I use, some kind of drawstring bag. And other things that you might not think of for the ride. I know Walmart used to carry these. These are little packs of individual packets of Tide, like a ketchup packet. You get 3 of these in a pack. A little squirt bottle of some sort of laundry detergent is fine too. Just make sure you have it all wrapped up in some sort of plastic bag so that if it leaks, it doesn't get all over your clothes and things. And let me check here real quick. I had some tips that Mary sent. And let me share those with you too. Here we go. Your vaccination card is something that will have to come with you that you want to keep with your passport because to get into some venues, you have to show your vaccination verification to just step into the building. Otherwise, they won't let you in at all. So if you keep that with your ID to prove that the COVID vaccination card goes with you and you're the right person, you just keep them all together. What else did she say? Make sure you have a list of everything that's in your bag and even take a picture of it before you fold everything up and you're ready to go. Because if you need to have an insurance claim, then you know exactly what you had with you that you can get refunded through your insurance. Have a photo of your checked bag in case it becomes lost. You can show people what it looks like. Have our home office phone number programmed into your telephone so that you have that available in case of an emergency, 978-255-4601, and that's the same number that's on our website and on all your documentation. She said to share travel size tissues, lip balm, over-the-counter pain medication, just in case, any physician prescriptions, in case, including your eyeglasses, in case you forget them or they get broken or lost in the water because we are going kayaking. If you have the original prescriptions, it makes it really easy to go to a drugstore over there and get that taken care of. With shorts, you could also wear capris instead. Quick dry towel is really nice to have. And I know that at Dollar Tree, in the car department, you can go in there and get 2 chamois that are really soft. And then I always take one of those. And it's super soft and it dries me off really easy. It holds lots of water. So then I can get back to wherever else I need to go with putting my coverall over top. You don't want to walk through a hotel in just your bathing suit. Men or women. It's considered inappropriate. Maybe a mini-sized sewing kit or safety pins. Maybe even that duct tape. If you have a hole in an outfit, you can put duct tape on the inside and cover it just for a quick fix. The resealable plastic bags. Ziploc makes a gallon size. And before I had the packing cubes that I have now that my clothes are in, I used gallon-sized bags. And then if I had any left over after I packed, I rolled them up with a rubber band and hid them somewhere in my suitcase so that I had them to organize other things. It keeps your clean clothes smelling clean and your stinky clothes stinky in their own little stinky capsule. All your liquids should be in some sort of resealable bag. Leave all of your valuables at home. If you have a favorite lucky ring that grandma gave you and you don't want to lose it, don't bring it. And lithium batteries are not allowed to be in your checked bag. So if you're somebody who brings a tablet or something like that along with you, it's got to go in your carry-on with you. And they'll make you take it out at security and have that go through separately so that they can check it. So I hope that gives you some tips. We'll have more as well. But that's the basic rundown of how you can fit all of these items in there and then have room for some extra things for when you come home. So if you have any questions, post them in our little group chat and we'll be happy to answer those as we go. So have a good night. Thanks for watching.